The View's Sunny Hostin likens Republican women to cockroaches voting for insecticide.
I read a poll just yesterday that white Republican suburban women are now going to vote Republican.
Why?
It's almost like roaches voting for Raid.
University of Alabama student CJ Pearson is calling out this double standard, and he joins us now. CJ, is it racist to call white women cockroaches if they decide to vote for the Republican Party?
You know, it's beyond racist, but it's the textbook playbook of the left. Now, just imagine if a Fox News host said that about black women. We'd have Black Lives Matter activists literally burning down that anchor's house by sunset. So just yet again, the double standard the left plays by every single day.
Yeah, Will and I both have had conversations with Sunny Hostin off air, and she's a really nice person. I hope she looks at this and changes her ways, because it certainly doesn't bode well with me. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening with the Supreme Court, who seems to be on the verge of knocking down affirmative action. What are your thoughts on that, CJ?
You know, I think it's an incredible decision. And I think that at the end of the day, when I look at this issue of affirmative action, I am sick and tired of people in this country treating blackness as its disability. I don't need anyone to feel bad for me because of the color of my skin. I'm okay. You know, anything that I want to achieve in this world, I believe that we live in the greatest country in the world, and it is possible. And this country doesn't owe black Americans anything. If anyone owes black Americans anything, it's the Democrat Party that has used and abused the community for decades. That's who owes people in the black community something, not the United States of America.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of condescending way of treating minorities goes in all kinds of directions. We know they think we're not smart enough to get ID cards before we, vote. And they think that we don't have a right to have an independent point of view outside of the Democrat Party. What's your message to minorities who might be concerned that this that affirmative action might be taken away?
We are free. We live in the greatest country in the world where we can achieve anything that we put our minds to. And again, our blackness is not a disability. Regardless of how much the left wants us to believe it, it is not. We are liberated. We are people who can go out and achieve the wildest dreams our ancestors never had the ability to ever dream of. Let's do that. Let's take that opportunity and let's make it happen for ourselves. Again, this is just yet another attempt at the left to force victimhood down the throats of too many people across this country.
Yeah, I think putting more energy and effort and money into education and school choice and things like that help blacks and minorities in poor neighborhoods achieve, so then you don't have to skew it at the collegiate level, might be one way to do it. Last thoughts on this?
No, you're exactly right. You know, black Americans shouldn't have to have an asterisk against every single accomplishment because we don't know if they achieved it fair and square because of affirmative action. I think the black community deserves more than that. And the bigotry of low expectations is something that we need to get rid of. And it's long past due that it makes its exit from our society.
Yeah, well, I'll put CJ Pearson up against anyone, and I'll bet on you. So thank you, CJ, for joining us this morning. By the way, people can check out your Instagram video where you talk about this. I saw it. I was really inspired. I think you're amazing. Thanks for joining us, CJ.
Thanks.
All right.
Good to see you.
All right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.